Hey there, Great Basin Prospecting here, your one-stop shop for non-stop rocks. Here's a look at the rocks that we'll be checking out this week. We're going to cut 7 of them and take a look at the inside. All of these rocks were found in northern Nevada, and we've got quite a few surprises here in some really cool colors. So you want to stick around for all of them. Welcome back to all of the current subscribers. Thank you so much. And if you're new to the channel, welcome as well, and hope you like this one. Make sure to let me know your favorites down in the comments, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first up is this rock. So from the outside, we can see that we have a lot of caliche on the rock, and we have a variety of different colors that are showing through, although most of them look kind of gray, maybe dark blue or black. We have some red iron staining on the back, but on the inside, look at that. What a stunning rock. So this is a Wonderstone Conglomerate and also Breccia, which is a really cool mix. But as you can see in the matrix there, we have lots of rounded and small Wonderstones and Jaspers and other small rocks. And then we have the larger piece of Wonderstone in the top left of this rock that has been fractured itself and healed, which is really cool. A nice white and pink piece of banded Wonderstone. But this is a really unique one and just really beautiful, and really happy with how the cut turned out. And there is a lot more of this rock. It's a pretty big one, several pounds, so really cool. Here's a more extreme close-up. Okay, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, we can see we have mostly red and tan with a little bit of iron staining, a little bit of dirt or maybe caliche on there because I did wash these. And what was interesting to me was that little bit of blue that you can see on the chipped edge there. That was pretty intriguing. So let's take a look at the inside here, and that blue came through. Wow, look at that. That is gorgeous. So we have a Jasper here that's been broken and healed with silica and iron oxide, it looks like, or iron staining. Really pretty with the blues and the reds and the pinks and the whites. Don't find many blues, so that's definitely a favorite to find here. And each fracture line is a vein that was filled in with fluids as they move through the rock, which is really cool. And the contrasting here just is really nice on this one. Okay, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, you can see this is already kind of different for the area. We have lighter colors. We can see a lot of fine banding going on and what looks like a light blue or a gray for a lot of the material. So right off the bat, this was already a really unique one. We can see some caliche on the back here and a little bit more of that fine banding. So I was really curious to see the inside, and this is just gorgeous. So what it looks like to me is that this is a silicified siltstone that has also been brecciated, and that's why we have the layers that are fractured and kind of running in chaotic directions. And we have some iron staining in the red that's gotten in here as well, which is really cool, but really beautiful bands of different colors. And each one of those would have been a little layer of sediment on the lakebed of ancient Lake Lahontan. So really cool and really beautiful now. I think this will polish up really nicely. And here's a little bit more of a very close up, and we can see some of that banding a little bit better, as well as some of the fractures that have gone through and healed, but really gorgeous colors and bands on this one. Okay, let's check out this rock. So I was super excited when I saw this one because, as you can see from the outside, it's almost entirely white. Some of that is caliche, but some of it I thought was just the material, and we can see some banding that is showing through in different spots as well. So this looked from the outside to me like it was going to be a piece of petrified wood. So let's go ahead and take a look. And that is gorgeous. Look at that. So it is absolutely a petrified wood. It is a silicified wood that has also been brecciated, so that's kind of the theme for the video here. And we can see that the veins or cracks have been filled in or partially filled in, and that the wood, we still see the grain on it, which is awesome. And when I put a little flashlight up to it, it is indeed translucent. So really, really cool. And happy every time I find petrified wood, but don't always find it with the grain like this or where the material is so nice. And the fractures just add another element to it. Okay, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, we can see what looks like some classic Lahontan Jasper patterns and colors. So we have a white or tan background, and we have some deep red iron staining, which at different parts you can see is making really cool bands and patterns. So let's go ahead and take a look at the inside, and that is stunning. Wow, so it is indeed a Lahontan Jasper, and we have the classic red and white coloration with the red dendritic looking veins. And this one is unique in that the red veins aren't super chaotic and widespread throughout the rock. As you can see, there's one dominant vein running through the middle-ish, and then there's some that are intruding from all around the perimeter. But very nice coloration and really nice soft white or tan for the background on this one also. Okay, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, you can see we've got some white, we've got some yellow or orange, we've got some red. So those combined tell me that this is maybe some Wonderstone that we're looking at, although not totally sure. This end here actually looked a bit porous, so I wasn't totally sure what to expect on the quality. But let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. And that is gorgeous. Okay, so no worries on the quality here. We have a really beautiful piece of rainbow Wonderstone. And this one actually has kind of a soft impressionistic filter over it with the kind of grainy or blurry look that's going on throughout the whole rock. Please forgive the saw mark there on the bottom. That will come off pretty easily though with some polishing. And here's a look at the other half. Really, really nice. Really, really solid. You can see there is one small cavity there towards the left-hand side of the rock, but overall gorgeous, nice bands, and just beautiful coloration on this one. Okay, and last but not least, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, I could see we had some iron staining going on, but what caught my eye is that it looked like it was translucent, and in the sunlight, I could see that some of it was lighting up a little bit. So with the red and the crystal, I thought that was an interesting combination. So let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. And that is really cool. So the red and the white definitely do carry through to the inside. The bottom half of the rock is almost entirely an agate material with some really nice bright red intermixed. And we can see some cool bands, very fine bands that are going on in the white area. And the top half makes a transition to kind of a Jasp agate material. So if you can see the very top portion there, that's no longer as translucent as the stuff that we have at the bottom, where the red is a little bit more solid at the top, but really cool. And that's it for this week. Thanks so much for checking these out. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and thanks again to all the current subscribers, and I will see you next time.